Okay, so hello YouTubers, and today I'm going to be reviewing these, which are the Doctor Who Dalek vinyl buddies. If we just have a look at the packaging here, and there's not really much to actually say about the packaging. It's got that sort of blank background design motif, though it does have them lines in there. This is what the 3-packs used to have beforehand. You can see it's the side, and we've got some information on that on the back, and there's the product code, and yeah, and thankfully they're not tied into these boxes. Thankfully with these ones, they're just held in by 2 bits of plastic like that, so it makes it a lot easier getting them in and out. So without further ado, let's take a look at them, shall we? So, yeah, essentially these are just larger versions. Well, kind of. They are just larger versions of the Dalek bobbleheads. At least, also I thought, although they're not exactly just larger versions. For one, they're a lot weightier, and also they're made of a much more solid plastic. They're not squishy like the little mini bobbleheads ones. But basically, they also have articulation to them, so yeah. Which is weird that it's at the bottom of the neck section rather than the dome. It just makes it a little bit odd. But it is nice that it does have a little bit more posability. Then the gun and the plunger are both on springs, so you do still get that bolt action, I guess, in a way, so yeah. Now obviously these are very stylized. I wouldn't have bought these ones first, but these were the only ones my B&M had, and I do quite like them. They are, I don't know what it is about them. I think it's mainly because they remind me a lot of the Mark's Daleks in a way, but they are quite nicely detailed. And they don't, I'd say these don't look as good as the classic ones. And £15 for these, like, yeah, that is the absolute maximum I would pay for them. Now, these are listed under B&M, I think, as large Daleks initially when it was leaked, but they're not that big, to be honest. They're, about 6.5 inches tall. 6.5. Basically, if you've got one of the Product Enterprise talking Daleks, they're around about that size. I do quite like it though, and the Dalek Sec I do particularly like in that as well. Though the blacks and the matte finish and that, and they've even gone to the little detail there, the rivets, which they haven't done on the bronze one for some reason. But you can see here on the bases they are just flat, so they don't wobble the bases themselves. And also, I think it would have been nice if the eyes would also had a spring in them so they could wobble and that as well, because otherwise, it's just the gun and the plunger. But at least it gives it a little bit more of action to it. 'Cause I think these make a pretty fun little novelty, like, say, a desk toy or something like that. I just noticed on my Dalek Sec, his MIG section... Is his MIG section on incorrectly? No. It would be nice if the MIG section could rotate, actually. That would have been, I think, a nice little add-on. But, yeah, there's not really a lot to say with these. You either like them or you don't. And I will say, these more than likely will get a price drop. They've only just started showing up in B&M, and I will try and track down the classic ones because I much prefer them. But yeah, I got these, for the meantime. These ones I was kind of, iffing about, but actually having them in hand and actually, looking at them, I will say I do quite like them. And yeah, I think maybe with these, it's a nice little novelty sort of gift to give someone but I don't think there'll be many people who are trying to track down these. To this day, the other bobblehead 4-pack, the second bobblehead 4-pack, I haven't seen that in any B&Ms near me, but overall in hand, I can't really be angry with these. I do quite like them, but do not pay any more than £15. £15 is the absolute maximum I will pay, you know, for one of these. I don't think it's overpriced, but I think it's just like, that is like its maximum, you know. If these go down to a tenner like the others, then I'd say they're a pretty decent deal. They are pretty solid. They do squish a little bit, but they are pretty solid, and yeah, I do really like them. So there we go, people, there we go.